Those of you guys who are watching online, just going to let you know we're running the first ones back here to the wash rack, and we'll be getting started here shortly.
Hey guys, I appreciate you all coming out tonight. This is our third night of live previews. We've had people on the porch every night. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to our family to have you here, as well as everyone out there in the World Wide Web, internet land. Taylor Fort is live streaming tonight, so Tristan, keep your shirt on. You might, I think you're in the camera angle there, so world can see it. We appreciate you all being here. We're going to run these things out here 3 or 4 at a time. It takes about an hour 15. We'll take our time. If anybody's got any questions whatsoever, stop me, grab me. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Everyone has a litter sheet and a kind of a sell order. All the pigs are now tagged, so we'll be able to see what order they're going to sell in on Sunday. Like I said, we appreciate you being here. It means a lot to myself, our operation, our entire family. We'll get started here in just a few moments. Most of these pigs here that we're going to start with are 5 litters. The first few groups will run out. We got a pair of 5-liter gilts and a 5-liter male. I believe we got tag 20, that's 5-2. We got tag 14, that's 5-1, and I believe we have the 5-9 pig here. The male hog is, he doesn't want me to see, tag 42, I believe. The 5 litters are a pretty intriguing pedigree for me. They're sired by Pass the Hat. I don't think I have to say we've had a tremendous amount of success with Pass the Hat. Up there at Crossroads, it'd be the Sloan Boar at Crossroads. What's most intriguing about this mating on the 5 litters is the female. She's a backslap, hands to yourself, never before. She would be a direct daughter of the sow that did raise that bear that won the city, who was sired by Pass the Hat. Good sow. She's made a lot of good show pigs here over the last couple years and a few parities. Most recently, she's made the champion dark crossbred bear at CYAE out there in California. He was 4th overall in the show. That's California's largest junior livestock show now. He was a good bear. Like I said, that sow just did that there last week. This is her offering here for the summer. Pass the Hat on a backslap, hands to yourself. Grandma would be the mother of Wayne. Predominantly black gilt there would be tag 19. She's 5-1. 5-2 would be the Hampshire Mark gilt, I believe, tag 20. And the 5-9 belted male there would be tag 42. Pass the Hat on a backslap, hands to yourself. Coming in here next is we got a pair of females here and then a male pig. We actually got our leadoff pig here. He's a 5 litter, be 5-4. Tag 1 be the belted male pig. Past the hat, back slap. That's a hog that that has really just stood out since day one. That one, in the whole time in the Farrenhouse and the nursery, he was always just kind of a head taller, stouter, more shapely. He was a hog that always had a lot of presence about him, and one that we feel was well suited to lead off our TKO Live cell. After that, we got another 5 litter, kind of the more Hampshire mark gilt here over there in the corner, tag 36. I believe she's notch 5-6 there on your sheets. Tag 36, be a 5 litter gilt, sired by Past the Hat. And the real wide belted, kind of chromed up gilt coming across the center, that's tag 14. That one is sired by Eye Opener. That's a 6 litter, 6-4. Eye Opener there is a Quiet Elite Next Intentions board down there at Phillips Show Pigs. That board did us a really excellent job. This 6 litter is a very, very deep set of hogs. You know, that boar worked really well on our sows. That boar's just got a lot of look, a lot of athleticism, got a lot of show ring appeal. I feel like he worked pretty well on our burlier sows. 6-4 would be the wider belted chromed up gilt. Tag number 14, sired by Eye Opener. A little bit about the sow there. She is a Past the Hat. The mother of the 6s is a Past the Hat on a Back to the Future. Like I said, the male pig right out here in front of me, tag number 1, that's our lead off, Past the Hat, back slap. That sow would have had Champion Dark at CYE there last week. The more moderate, kind of smaller belted gilt there. Tag 5-6, she's tag 36 there. And then the wider belted chromed up gilt there, tag 14, that's 6-4 there, sired by Eye Opener, back on a Past the Hat female. Got another trio of 5 litter pigs here, Past the Hat on the back slap sow that had the Champion Dark at CYE. We got the 5-5 pig. He's the real kind of more traditional Hampshire mark pig. Tag number 13 there. Kinsley's got over here to the east side of the ring here. 5-5, tag number 13. The other 5 litter male would be the white-legged hog here. Tag 24. 5-3, that's a hog that's kind of been on my short list. I really like that hog, especially in terms of you guys that are looking for something to maybe feed a little older with a little more maturity later into the season. I think that hog's got a few more miles. The tag 37 gilt, the 5 litter female in the ring, tag 37. She's always had a lot of eye appeal, a lot of visual muscle shape. She's got sharp lines. She's neat looking. She's got a really kind of a killer color pattern and build to her. I think she could be a very, very impressive kind of a show gilt there one day. like I said, the real traditional Hampshire marked male would be tag number 13, the white-legged hog right here with the white back leg be the 5-3. He's tag 24. And then we got the 5-liter female in here. She's tag 37, kind of the chromed up off-belted tag 37 female. Pass the hat, back slap, hands to yourself. The grandmother here would have been the mother of Wayne. That's our bear that won the city there time before last. Really, really impressive, deep litter of hogs. This 5-liter's been something that's kind of motivated me to get down to the barns every day since the day they were born. We're excited to offer them to the public. We expect some really good things here, and we appreciate you guys coming out and looking at them and tuning in and seeing how they look. And we're like I said, we're excited to see what happens here in the future with these 5-liters. Coming in here next, we got a pair of 1-liter males, be tags 22 and 23. The 22 would be the real traditional kind of Hampshire marked pig there on the rail. The hog right here that's got the white back foot would be tag 23. These hogs are, I'm really excited about this pedigree. It's a pedigree that's pretty near and dear to my heart. These hogs are out of the Never Before sow. That's the Never Before Lock It Up sow. She would be the mother of the 3rd overall cross barra, or excuse me, the mother of the 3rd overall Hampshire Barra there at OYE 2 times ago. She'd be the aunt of the 3rd overall Dark Cross Barra there a few years back at OYE, and she would be the grandmother of our 10-liter 2 years ago, which the 10-liter was, Wayne came out of that, our bear that did win the city. So, like I said, tag 22 would be the more traditional Hampshire marked pig. Tag 23 would be the hog with the white back legs. These hogs are sired by Repeat. Repeat is a all-out son up there at Mollett's. We were really excited to use that boar. He was pretty similar in his pedigree to the gilt that wins the city a couple years ago. That was the record-selling female. I think she still is to this day, actually. And 2 years ago, when we did have that 3rd overall Hampshire Bear at OYE, that hog was actually sired by All Out of this Never Before sow. So using this All Out son back on her just has us really, really excited about the potential and what these hogs can do. This Never Before sow, she's the kind of female. It seems like it doesn't matter what we breed her to. She'll raise a good litter. She'll have hogs that feed and perform, and they really get better as the feeding season goes on. And I think that's rare nowadays, hogs that have the right kind of maturity pattern to just progress and get better as they get older. And she's definitely a cornerstone of our program. She's the matriarch of our herd right now. Like I said, Hampshire Mark Pig, tag 22. The white-legged belted hog here, tag 23, sired by Repeat, be an all-out son there at Mollett's, back on our Never Before Lock It Up sow. Really excited about these guys and what they could do later on this winter for the kiddos out there. So, like I said, if you got any questions, just come find me, grab me after the preview here. You guys tuning in on the World Wide Web, shoot me a text, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you any way I can. Tag 22 and 23, repeat on the Never Before Sal. All right, another pair of belted males here. The solid wider belted hog out here, tag 41. That's 5-10. That'll be the last of the 5 litter males that we'll see tonight. Just to touch back on that litter, like we said, that's past the hat. Back slap, hands to yourself. Grandma raised the grand at the city. The mother just raised the champion dark and 4th overall at CYE last week. That's 5-10, tag 41, be the wider belted or solid belted hog. The off belted hog or the broken belted pig out here, this will actually be tag number 2. This will be the second hog that we sell Sunday night. That hog is sired by the repeat boar, the all out son there at Mullet's. That sow there is she's a no stranger back to the future. No stranger back to the future. That no stranger sow has done us a really, really good job. Hogs that always feed, always perform. Some county champions, real high placers up at OYE, top 3 or 4 of their class. This is the best she's ever been mated. I feel like just the repeats added look and added muscle shape is really complimentary of that sow. She's moderate. She's soggy bodied. She's got a really bendable kind of skeleton. We like this tag number 2 a great deal. He was always kind of just the tall, pretty good looking, good built one. And I've really been impressed with what this hog has done since we've been on chips here the last 3 or 4 weeks, just in terms of the base floor of his chest and his rib shape and his pin set. Everything there reads to me that hog is going to mature and get more as he gets older, and that's why we're offering that tag number 2 there. That's why we're offering 4-5 as lot number 2. We got a lot of faith in that animal. I think he looks like a modern day show bear that's just going to get better. So like I said, tag number 2 would be the off belted hog there, be a repeat on a no stranger. That one's grandma actually would have been like the 13th overall commercial guild at OYE there a few years back. And then the wider belted, the solid belted pig would be 5-10, last of the 5 litter males that we'll look at tonight. Tag 41. Past the hat on the back slap sow, raised the champion dark at CYE. Grandma would have had grand at OYE. All right, guys, we'll start off with this black-headed gilt here in the center of the ring. Tag number 32, the one that Rowdy's on. She's another 4-litter. That's a repeat on the No Stranger sow. We like that gilt. We like, we like the opportunity that she presents to be a really excellent kind of a high-end show gilt. Lots of look. She's really visible from the side, great on the profile. She's still stout, and then she's got a lot of power there. The two darker hogs here in the ring are both 3-litters. We were really excited about these 3-litters. They're sired by Little Wayne. Little Wayne is a high heat back on a littermate sister to the bear that won the city. The sow here is an RC, which is a hands to yourself, never before. RC would have been a littermate brother to the sow that did produce the grand bear at the city. So it's the first time that we've ever been able to put the never before sow on the top and the bottom side of a pedigree. So we're pretty excited about that. The 3-litter male would be the tag 15, the off-belted gilt that Kinsley's got in the center right now. The 3-litter male right here, 3-6 would be tag number 12, the predominantly black pig. Like I said, those hogs are sired by Little Wayne, which would be a high heat back on littermate sister to the grand at the city, back on an RC sow. RC would have been a littermate brother to the sow that raised that bear that won the city. And behind that, there's a lot more good genetics. There's a Here I Am sow. That was a littermate to some really good bears we had show a few years back. And behind that yet would be the Dirty Secret sow, which would be a littermate to our grand at Kansas City several years ago. So lots of good sow families stacked up in those 3s. Be tag 15 on the gilt, and I believe tag 12 on the male. Little Wayne on an RC. Kind of the black-headed or the skunk face hog out here, tag 35, dark crossbred pig coming across the center there. That hog is sired by Pass the Hat. I believe he's 8-1. That's a Pass the Hat back on another RC sow. The mother of these 8s is one that we feel like is a female that we'll be able to build around for years to come. She's an RC back on a Back to the Future. Like I said, RC would be a hands to yourself littermate brother to our sow that produced the grand at the city. So, like I said, the black-headed bear here, kind of the skunk-faced hog, would be tag 35. That's a Pass the Hat back on an RC, Back to the Future. Black-headed gilt, tag 32, repeat on the No Stranger sow. 2 predominantly black pigs, the off-belted gilt there, tag number 15, her littermate brother. Right over here to my left would be the tag number 12, Little Wayne back on an RC. And then the skunk face hog right here, tag 35, that'd be a Pass the Hat back on an RC, Back to the Future sow. And guys, everything that you'll see today on the TKO pigs was born within the first couple days of June, whether if that was before or after, from about the 28th of May there to about the 3rd or 4th of June. So call them early Junes. I think these hogs fit a lot of show windows. A couple of them maybe as early as like Phoenix and Denver. And then I think there's a few in here that'll stretch as far as March. But I think these hogs, like I said, got a big and a good show window. We can cover a lot of different states and a lot of different majors within this particular group of pigs here bred by TKO. All right, we'll start on here. The belted hogs out here. It'll be a couple more 8-litter males. I believe we got tag 47 and then tag 18. Tag 18 would be the hog with the white on both of his back legs there. 8-5, tag 18 coming across the center of the ring. Rowdy's on 8-9, be tag 47. Like I said, those 8 litters are sired by Pass the Hat. The sow there is an RC. RC would be a littermate brother to our Hands to Yourself sow that produced the Grand Bear there at the city. Behind that would be kind of an old foundation Back to the Future sow. This 8 litter is very, very good and very deep. We believe the mother of those, this is her first litter. I believe the mother of these we'll be able to build around and talk about for a lot of generations to come, as we hope. Like I said, the hog with the black back leg there will be tag 47. That's 8-9, and then 8-5 would be the hog with the 2 white back feet. That hog there is tag 18. The big calico, he kind of sticks out like a sore thumb out here. He doesn't really fit the other 2, but a hog that we like a great deal himself. He's sired by the Eye Opener boar there at Phillips Show Pigs. He's got a really, really good sow, good mother behind him that's done us a lot of good over the years. The mother of these 9s would be the Echo Dirty Secret sow. She would have produced our Grand Gilt there at Coba 3 years ago now. Shown by Caitlin Doofer. That was a really excellent female. She's probably one of our more popular winners ever. She went on to make the sale at OYE. I believe she brought like 38 or 40,000. She resides out in Colusa, California now. Her littermate sister would have made the sale as well. She brought 11,000. And then her littermate brother would have won a class of dark crossbreds there at OYE. So the Echo sow, she's done us a great job. I think recently, actually last week, she would have produced the champion Hampshire Bear at Santa Barbara County show there in California this last week. Really, really good foundation kind of female behind this calico 9-litter hog. He's tag 44 for those that are tuning in. Here's a hog that I feel like we can feed this hog. We can push this hog. If you've got a January County, Fort Worth, Denver, one of these earlier shows, I feel like he fits that bill very well. Tag 44, the calico, sired by Eye Opener, back on our old Echo sow. The Echo sow's mother, the Dirty Secret, would have been a litter mate to our Grand at Kansas City there a few years back. Like I said, the 2 little belted pigs out here, the hog with the white back feet would be tag 18. The hog with the black back leg there would be tag 47. Those are 8 litters. Those are sired by Pass the Hat, back on RC. We got a couple more of these 8-litter males here. This is a big litter, a very deep litter, a litter that we're excited about. The traditional, more kind of Hampshire mark pig there that Ken's is on, that's tag number 3. That's 8-6. The hog out here that's got a little more wide on his back leg and a little wider belted, I believe that's tag number 33. These hogs, like I said, 8 litters, sired by Pass the Hat. boar that's been around for a couple years now, but we keep going back to the well because he works on our sows. He does a great job making hogs that have look, that have build, that have presence, that are good skeleton, that works on our kind of our bulkier, broodier made sows. 8-6 would be tag 3, be kind of the more Hampshire marked looking pig. And then tag number 33, the wider belted white legged hog. I believe he's notch 8-7, but tag 33. These hogs are sired by Pass the Hat back on an RC sow. RC would be hands to yourself, never before, lock it up. It's a boar we only got in a couple sows before his time expired here on the ranch. But a boar that is a litter mate to the sow that produced our Grand Bear at the city. I don't know if anyone can follow along or see what we're doing, but we're kind of trying to mimic that mating of Wayne here. Wayne was one of the better hogs, the best hog that we've produced, and one of the better hogs that we've seen over the years, and probably never will be recreated, but I think that the pedigree here screams quality, and I hope that these hogs can go on and do what I think they can for these kiddos. Like I said, the Hampshire marked hog would be tag number 3. That's 8-6. The hog with the white back legs there, tag 33. That's 8-7. Sired by Pass the Hat, back on an RC. All right, coming in here next, we got the last of the 8-litter males, tag 34. It's the big, wider belted hog right here, tag number 34, be 8-2. Like we said, Pass the Hat, back on an RC. Back on an RC, like I said, was the hands to yourself, never before. The smaller hog out here would be a female gilt. I apologize, she's kind of small and timid. She's tag number 50. That gilt right there is an eye-opener back on the Echo sow. The Echo sow, she's done us a tremendous job here over the years. Like I said, the mother of the nines, produced the grand gilts at Coba, class winning dark crossbred bear at OYE, high dollar gilts at OYE like 40,000 and 11,000, champion Hampshire bear at Santa Barbara, California County there last week. Really, really good, kind of a sow that's worked for several generations for us, and I don't know if she hasn't come up with her best yet. We've only looked at a few of these 9 litters. There's more to come. We got a great deal of faith in this female. She's, I don't know if she's quite as big and ready in terms of maturity and size to let go of just yet, but I'll be honest with you. We need the pen space. We need to turn some stuff over to get more hogs set down, but that's a gilt that we think could be a very, very good and very excellent OYE prospect. Like I said, big wide belted male pig, B8-2. He's tagged 34. Pass the Hat, back on an RC. The smaller belted gilts in here, tag number 50, eye opener. That's the boar down the road at Phillips Show Pigs, back on the Echo Dirty Secret sow. All right, I got another trio of male pigs here we like a great deal. I'm going to start with the little chromed up pig here, wider belted rig. That's tag 51. Guys, I don't have much of a poker face, and I'll never lie to you. I will end the sale with the pig I like a great deal. I believe back in like 14, we sold the Reserve Grand Barrett Tulsa, last pig in the sale at the Young Guns over in Duncan. I like rounding out a sale with the pig that I like a whole lot. I don't know if it's just because I want to keep people in their seats or if I'm just kind of weird like that. But that's tag 51. He'll be the last pig to sell Sunday night. 6-2. That's an eye opener. Bore down at Phillips Show Pigs. Back on a young past the hat sow. Very, very good sow, young sow. This is actually her gilt litter. We believe she's going to do big things for us here over the years. Move on to the litter pair of 7 litter brothers here. The smaller one that Rowdy's on, the more really traditional Hampshire Mark pig, that's 7-2. He's tagged 16. These 7 litters are sired by It's Time. It's Time is our boar there we bought part of from Winter Livestock there at Perfect Timing. That boar actually would have been raised by Trace Amigos. He was actually one of my favorite boar prospects there at Perfect Timing. And I'll tell you a little quick story after the fact. I caught Justin and crew coming back to the pen with that hog, and I asked what he brought, and they said 30,000. I'll just be really honest with you. There was some that brought quite a bit more I thought were half as good. And I said, who bought them? And he said, Tanner Winter. And I got out my phone and I found my checkbook really quick, and I bought into that boar there with Tanner. It's Time would be a snap that. Stay Classy, Big Timber, I believe. Boar's doing excellent things there for us. Like I said, 7-2, tag 16. That's the little traditional Hampshire Mark pig that Rowdy's on. It's Time on a full throttle, Secret Society. A little history behind that sow. That's a young sow. She would have just had the grand overall gilt at Ottawa County a few days ago. That's up there in northeast Oklahoma. Like I said, she would have produced the Grand Guild at Ottawa County. That is probably the biggest show up there in northeast Oklahoma in terms of just size and quality. The grandmother, the Secret Society sow, that would be the grandmother to these 7s, would have been the sow that produced our 3rd overall dark crossbred Barra there at the city in 21. Would have produced the Grand there at Southwest District in Louisiana. And won that pair show down there at Lake Charles. Really, really good sow family. And then the big hog out here with the white back feet. That's another 7 litter. Kins tag 17. The hog Kins is on out here with the white back feet. You know, that's probably the hog that really doesn't fit the litter. He's always been a head taller and a rib longer. He's done well. I think he just beat a lot of his brothers and sisters off the feeder and off the tit there, if you know what I mean. But that's the hog when he picks his head up and he gathers himself. I like that thing a great deal. I think that's the way show bearers should look, and that's the way show bearers should use and utilize and bend their back leg as well. So like I said, tag 17, that's the white-legged hog out here in the center. Kins is on. Tag 16, that's the smaller, more traditional Hampshire Mark pig, sired by It's Time, back on a full throttle Secret Society sow. And then the small chromed up pig there in the center of the ring, that's an eye opener, back on a very, very good, young and elite, past the hat female we hope to build around. Tag 51 will be the hog that we're rounding out the sale with on Sunday for what that's worth. I'd probably look in and study this trio of males very closely. We like these hogs a great deal. All right, we got a trio of gilts here. Rounding out the TKO pigs, the next few pins here, there'll be a lot of gilts. There will be a couple good elite males coming through. We're going to start right here with this wider belted gilt right in the center. Tag 30, she's 3-1. Her and her sister, which would be the bigger, kind of more predominantly black off-belted gilt, she is tag 31. Tag 30 and 31, 3 litters, the wider belted gilt and the off-belted gilt. Those are sired by Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is a high heat back on a littermate sister to the bear that won the city. I don't know if you remember a couple there, maybe their little brother and little sister that was out here earlier. We touched on that Sal family. That Sal's an RC. Here I am, Dirty Secret. RC would be a hands to yourself, never before littermate brother to the Sal that produced the Grand Bear at the city. So like I said, what's unique about these 3 litter hogs is we got that never before Sal family on the top and bottom side. Behind that goes back to the Here I Am Dirty Secret Sal. The Dirty Secret would be a littermate to our grand at Kansas City a few years back. So like I said, really unique kind of, mixing of Sal families, and we really like the way these hogs look. The tag 30 litter, the tag 30 3-litter gilt, the wider belted gilt, she's always looked just like that. Really muscular, short-bodied, bold-made. She's a wide-sprung kind of gilt. I think she'll work really, really good in a kind of a market show scenario or a jackpot setting. The off-belted gilt, tag 31, she's always looked just like that. She's always been the taller-shouldered, longer, looser spine female of the litter. I think a hog that'll show good, but it will go on and go to the sow pen and go to the fair and crate and maybe do you even a better job. After that, we'll move on to the 9-litter gilt out here. That's the gilt with the spot right there in her back. She's 9-3. She's tag 4. Guys, we got her way up in the cell, and we got her up there for a reason. She's out of that Echo sow that produced the Grand Gilt there at Coba a few years back. This is the closest thing that Echo sow has produced to that female since then. This one is really, really familiar to me when I look at her. She's very similar to the gilt that won Coba, just in terms of height at the point of shoulder, being moderate in her length of body, the same kind of skull shape, the same kind of utilization of her back leg, an immature muscle and maturity pattern all at the same time. Like I said, tag number 4 be the spot top gilt there. That's an eye opener back on the Echo Dirty Secret sow. She's tag number 4. That's a female. Guys, if you're going to show up Sunday, or if you're going to tune in online on TaylorFortSales.com and you're serious about a gilt getting along here this winter, I think that tag number 4 needs to be very, very high on your list. Like we said, the other 2 females out here, the wider belted gilt, tag 30, and her sister, the off-belted, predominantly black gilt, tag 31. Lil Wayne back on an RC. Here I Am Dirty Secret. A pair of gilts that are, thick made and muscular and still, loose spine and bendable about their skeleton. Really, really nice trio of females here we're offering here in a couple nights. Like I said, we're going to string in here to several gilts here out of the TKO offering. We're going to start with the black gilt here. She's a 6-litter. We've seen several of those thus far. We'll see some more extremely good, extremely deep litter. Any of you guys there in North Texas or just different parts of the country that are starting to get those all black divisions, I think you need to tune in pretty close here. You know, the 6 litter's deep and the 6 litter's good, but, you know, that one's probably got as much look and presence and agility as any of them within the litter. Maybe a little more immature than a few of her siblings, but that's a gilt that we love her skeleton, we love her build, and we think this gilt will mature into a beast of a female when it's her time. Her sister out here, the thin belted gilt, kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, but same kind of look from the side, same kind of show ring presence, heads up, a good profile from the side. But in terms of muscularity, skeletal width, and broadness, she's definitely leading the pack here within the barn. This gilt, I remember we dropped her in here on picture day, and she was wet, and she had water sloshing around in her back that looked like a 300-pound barra. It absolutely blew my mind, the amount of muscularity and just broadness and width and spread that this female possesses. She's not perfect, but I feel like if you're willing to step out there and purchase a female and do the right things in terms of management and fit and you know, the type of facility there you have at home, I think 6-9 is the kind of female that could go on and get along at a really, really tough gilt show. I've seen a lot of gilts that look like her, like I said, fed right, managed right, fit right. They look very, very expensive in March. You can look at it as an investment. I think that's a gilt that has got really, really good days in the show ring ahead of her. Like I said, she's tagged 40, excuse me. The thin belted gilt would be tagged 40. The solid black gilt out here would be tagged 38. They're both 6 litters, sired by Eye Opener down the road at Phillips Show Pigs. That's a Quiet Elite back on a Next Intentions board that Coop and Wes have down there. We thought his look and his build and his structural correctness and soundness really matched up with our sow herd on some of our bulkier and stouter females. And like I said, I've said it several times over tonight. The female, the sow behind these 6s, first litter past the hat, Back to the Future female. Guys, I literally do not know if I could pull out a pen and a pencil and draw a picture of a more perfect sow down in my sow barn. She's absolutely phenomenal to look at, and she's done a great job right here with her first offering. I think we'll get a chance to build around her for some time to come. Like I said, 6-10, she'd be the tag 38 black gilt. 6-9, that'd be the tag 48, or excuse me, the tag 40 thin belted gilt. Eye Opener past the hat. All right, we got a couple more of these 9 litter hogs out here. We got a calico male, 9 litter. He's 9-4. He's tag number 46. And then we got the chromed up gilt out here, the splashed up one. She's tag 49. Like I said, this 9 litter sow, the Echo sow, she's done us a great job for several years. produced the Grand at Coba. She's won classes at the city. She's sold multiple gilts there at the city for 5 figures. Wins Champion Ham Santa Barbara County in California last week. Guys, she's had other county champions. She's had jackpot champions. I probably don't do a good job remembering all of them, but the Echo sow, the Echo Dirty Secret sow, does a tremendous job every time. This might be her deepest litter yet. She's getting up there, but she still does a tremendously good job. Like I said, her mother would be a litter mate to our Grand at Kansas City, which that gilt that won Kansas City would have had a litter mate brother that won his class there at Tulsa as well. Just a really, really good sow family that's worked for us. We said the Calico Male, tag 46. We ran his brother out here a little earlier. Guys, I think this one's a little shorter, a little stouter, and a little clubbier. I think you can feed this tag 46 Calico Male a little later into the feeding season. I think he can hit a February show with these. If you want to get real creative and tough, maybe March. But like I said, tag 46, that's a stout, stocky, shorter-bodied one that's still tall-shouldered and still has look from his blade forward. I think you could feed that one a little slower and get on up there and get a little age on them, and it'll pay dividends. And then the really splashed up, chromed up gilt out here, she's tag, 49. The gilt Paisley's on. Eye opener on an Echo Dirty Secret. Guys, this gilt's look good. She has stood out since day one. She's probably ready for a life outside of a pen with 10 other pigs, maybe a little different feed and management program, but a gilt that's got a lot of look, a lot of presence. She's incredible in her shape. She's got a great mother. I love her skeleton, the way it's working in her. Just like I said, if you're looking for, if you're going to ask me, what's my best 3 or 4 show gilts, I don't know if I could, land on just 3 or 4, but whatever notches I tell you, 9-5 is going to be in that group every single time. She's tag 49, eye opener, Echo Dirty Secret. And we got her brother over there, the Calico Hog, really stout, shapely animal, tag 46. We stuck this pair and several of these hogs a little later into the sale just to keep people in their seats. And I like sprinkling high quality animals all the way through my sales. Whether we're always going to lead off with one we love. The first 5 or 10 are going to be hogs we're real high on, but I think that we can get down there towards the end of a sale and we can say equally about the same as these hogs we round out a cell with. Pay attention here. Tag 49, chromed up gilt. Tag 46, Calico Barra, eye opener, Echo. All right, we got a pair of boys and a girl out here. We'll start with the gilt that Rowdy's on, kind of the chromed up gilt. Tag 21. We saw several siblings to this hog earlier in the preview. I believe her notch is 4-8, but her tag is 21. She's a repeat back on the No Stranger sow. I really like this gilt, and I was on the fence about offering this female, and just in terms of bulk, spread, muscle, maturity, she's not quite as far along as a few of the other ones. I love this gilt's height at the point of shoulder, her length from her blade to her hip, her proportions, and I think this gilt is really, really good, and she's flat and she's stout in her bone column. I get in right behind this gilt. I study her from her, from her pins and her hip to her hock to the ground. I think that's a gilt that's got a bright future. She's going to stouten up. She's going to fleshen up and make somebody a very, very good, desirable kind of show gilt. The big black bear out here, that's another 3-liter, tag 43. The Black Hog is tag 43. He's rounding out the 3-liter. We saw several of those here throughout the preview. Little Wayne's the high heat, back on a litter mate to the Grand at the City, back on an RC sow. RC would have been hands to yourself, never before. Litter mate brother to the sow that produced the Grand at the City. So like I said, I sound like a broken record about this never before sow family. But guys, if I have it my way in a year from now, we won't just be talking about half of them going back to her. We'll be talking about all of them because the hogs are quality, the hogs feed, and they get better as they get older. And I think this black hog right here, he's definitely a good example of what that sow family can do in terms of just having bulk and mass and spread and still be attractive and very sound and fluid in his movement. Oh, yeah. And for all of you that want to travel to the Texas National there, I believe it's is it New Year's Eve, New Year's Day?
Right between New Year's and Christmas.
It's the week right between Christmas and New Year's. They got that solid black division. I think it only pays like $2,500 to win that. So, guys, I would look in pretty close at a few of these black pigs that we're offering. I know there's a few jackpot circuits and whatnot out there in the country that offers some all black divisions as well. We'll talk about the black spotted up male pig here last in this trio. He's tagged 48. He's 6-8. Guys, I'll be honest with you. We've drove a lot of really, really good crossbred and belted male prospects to you tonight. I don't know if we've drove one to you this stout. I like that hog a great deal. I think there's a guy sorting a show in Denver in January that I think this hog would fit very well. Like I said, I like just how stout this hog is in his feet and in his arm and in his blade. He's big hipped, he's big ribbed, he's wide made, he's still square, he's still sound and flexible. That one's definitely ahead of the curve in terms of muscle and flesh and feel, but a hog from a skeletal standpoint can handle that relatively well. He's still tall, shouldered, he's still got a heads up look, he's got great extension from his blade forward. 6-8, he's tagged 48. What I like most about this hog, it's kind of neat. I keep wanting to call him a calico, but he's not. He doesn't have a speck of red on him. Those are just black spots. I think he'll be a cool, unique marked hog there when he gets bigger. And I think a hog that a lot of market bear show judges will really, really like and will be able to get into this thing if he does all the right things between now and January or February. So like I said, the chromed up gilt there is tag 21. She's the last of the 4 litters. Kind of a more immature, but really short-bodied, tall-shouldered, attractive one. We got the solid black hog out here. He's a 3-liter. He's a Little Wayne on a hands to yourself. B-tag number 43. And any of you guys that are feeding for those shows that have the all-black divisions, you probably need to tune in pretty closely. And then we got the white hog out here with the black spots about his head and through his body. He's 6-8, tag 48. That's an eye-opener back on the really good young pass-the-hat sow. Guys, I believe we've reached the climax and the culmination here of the TKO lots. We got a trio of females, and I'm really, really happy with the ones that were winding out the preview on the TKO bred hogs. Guys, we'll start with the sore thumb in the room right here. I'm not going to call it a sore thumb, but I'm going to call her a diamond in the rough. This tag 5 gilt 6-1. Guys, from the day she was born, she's always looked just like that. I mean, that thing is heads up. She's killer looking. She's short bodied. She's broad made. She's got a ton of power. She's big rib, and she has got hair dripping off big legs. Guys, I don't know what a show gilt's supposed to look like and what a really successful kind of jackpot gilt and a good crossbred female is supposed to look like. But I think that might be pretty close to it in terms of what judges are picking right now. Like I said, she's all black. You can fight the all black deal if you want, but I think she's good enough to go out there and beat a lot of them with belts or a lot of different colors. From there, we'll move on. Like I said, she's tag 5, the solid black gilt. We'll move on to her sister. She's greener, she's smaller, she's not far along, but I like this gilt a great deal. That's tag 39. That'll be the black gilt out here with the black spots about her face and on her rump. Notch 6-5, tag 39. She's another eye-opener back on the past the hat sow. That's another gilt right here that we were a little bit on the fence about, hey, do we need to offer? But I need these hogs to get moved, and I need them to land into good homes with kids that work hard and expect results. And that's the kind of gilt that I think will go out there and give a child results. I think she's really, really good in her skeleton. She's loose made. A hog that's immature about her maturity pattern, I think she's going to get bolder. I think she's going to get stouter, and I think she's going to get better as the feeding window goes on. I think when that gilt lands at her show come February or March, a child's going to be very, very happy with their show project. Like I said, that's the white gilt here with the black spots. She's tagged 39. We'll wind up talking about this trio with the black-headed gilt. This is a gilt that honestly I didn't want to sell. This is the one's out of a very, very good sow. Normally don't sell gilts out of her. She had a really short litter, but I wanted to sell a female that I thought could go out and be successful. I think this gilt can get along in a lot of different show rings, a lot of different show settings, but more than anything, I think if someone's looking for a kind of crossbred female to go and lay into their herd and be a cornerstone that they can build around, I think the 2-3 black-headed gilt can definitely be that. She's sired by No Sillings. That's the boar that we sold. He was the high seller at our farm sale back there in last year in September. He was a high heat. That's a hog that Evan Green there at 66 Ventures gave us $30,000 for. Our pigs out of No Sillings are very good. We just had this one litter in the first group. We got more hogs coming in the nursery. We're really excited to set them down and offer them to you. But we'll talk more about this tag 45 black-headed gilt. Probably what's the most intriguing thing about her outside of being out of this new, young, exciting sire is her sow. Her mother would be a Pell Rider, Back to the Future. Those are probably a pedigree, a couple boars that no one's really heard of or really cares to hear about. But Pell Rider would be a Legacy 5 son that our good friend Dusty Mosier down the road would have raised and housed back out of a TKO bred female several years ago. We bred a really good Back to the Future sow to Pell Rider, and we produced a gilt that we sent out to Arkansas. She was the reserve dark commercial gilt there at AYE, and she would have been 3rd overall in the gilt show back, I don't know, it's been 3 or 4 years ago when she showed. Like I said, Pell Rider, Legacy 5 son, back on a Back to the Future. Back to the Future was a direct out-of-hand son. No one's got genetics like that anymore, but everything does go back to it. You know, this is a gilt that I think, like I said, she's got a really good producing kind of a sow. Her mother would have produced the Kaiser Barra in Colorado a couple winters ago. They came down and dominated on the Texas jackpot circuit. I think he was grand one day at Amarillo by morning, reserved the next day. That hog, he was 3rd at Denver. He was 5th overall market hog at Sioux Falls. And most recently, this Pale Rider sow would have produced a really good litter last winter that we had a lot of success throughout Oklahoma and Texas with. But most importantly, she would have made a bear that won a heavyweight class of dark crossbreds at OYE in the Bear Show. Like I said, 2-3. That's a female. I think we can go show her. I think we can go be successful, on any level in any setting. But if you're looking for one that can go out and produce and be the kind of sow a guy can build around, I think she can do that. And like I said, that's tag 45, the black-headed gilt, and then we got our pair of 6-litter gilts. 6-1 would be tag 5, the solid black gilt. Tag 39 would be the white gilt with the black spots. Eye opener back on past the hat. Guys, like I said, this wraps up the TKO set. One thing that we wanted to do here on TKO Live was to have our good friends, our good family and neighbors right here close bring hogs to offer as well. There's a lot of people in this industry. We wouldn't be here today without them, like I said, our good friends and our good neighbors. We wanted to give them a chance to offer high quality livestock in this auction as well. I think next coming in is the Ritchie livestock consignments. I know Tyler and Hunter and crew brought an incredible set of pigs for us. There's a trio. There's a pair of Andy, we're good. There's a pair of blue hogs coming in here, a bear and a gilt coming in next for Ritchie livestock, and they brought a really elite kind of little Poland male. Hunter, if you'll come up here, tell us a little bit about them, or we can let Wade talk them. And guys, I apologize for not saying this earlier. We got a little bit of royalty here. We've been talking about Wayne all night, the bear that won the city. Well, the young man right over here sitting in the high chair with the shades on, that's Wade Ritchie. That's the young man that did show Wayne 2 years ago there at OYE to Grand Champion honors. It's a privilege to have you on the porch tonight, sir. Without further ado, here's Hunter to talk about the Ritchie livestock consignments.
Well, Hicks, thanks for having us. We always love coming to Trail Road. I know Hicks and Ritchie have been good friends for a long time. I don't know when I met Hicks. It's been a while, but he's always been a big mentor to me. So it's always fun to come Trail Road, sell pigs. I think we've been coming to the farm sale for a couple years, but we're real excited about the 3 we bought. The 2 blue ones, they'd be the 13 litters, tag 8 and 9. 8 would be the male, 9 would be the female. They would be Little Wayne, Next Intentions, Cricket, Cracker. I would have bought the mom from Laird. The Teal family from Granite would have showed her. That grandma would have came from Heimer that I think they bought for a good chunk of money there. But like I said, Little Wayne, Next, Cricket, Crackers. You guys have heard it a couple times tonight, but Little Wayne would be a high heat on a litter mate to Wade's bear that won the city there a couple years ago. So kind of real cool story. But these 2 blue pigs we've liked from day one. This male pig especially. We think he combines a lot of what we're trying to do. Just pattern from the side. I love that thing's head shape. I think he's stout, for a blue one, but throw him in there with the darks and the hamps, and I think he holds his own. The gilt would be tag 9. She's been a wild one from day one. I think she's got some big ring pieces. Maybe take a little bit of management in some areas, but I think if, you get the hands into someone that's willing to work hard and, put the work in, I think she's very exceptional. I've been a big fan of these blues. The pole in here, which would be tag 27, he would be an all together, Call Me Daddy. All together would be a boar that us and Hicks raised. It's now at Gary Todd's. That one all together would be a Johnny Cash, No Clue. His mom would be, he would share a mom with the mother of Brooke Fort's Poland bear that was 3rd overall at Expo a couple years ago. And I'll tell you, I don't know that I've ever seen a better Poland bear than that one. Man, he was real good. All together, look, they share a lot of the same qualities. I think that board is going to do a lot of good for us. We sold the litter mate to him in Texas last weekend. He was very well received, went to a good home there in Lubbock County. We're very proud of these 3 pigs. If you guys have any questions, feel free to call I forgot about this, but the mom of All Together and Brooke Fortsbear also raised the champion and reserve Poland Bears there at Denver 2 years ago. They were also very well received. Had a lot of calls and texts about them. But very, very proud of these 3 pigs. Once again, thanks to Hicks, Brett, the whole crew over here. You know, they always do a great job. Like I said, we love coming to Trail Road. Love coming to sell pigs with our friends. You know, so like I said, if you guys have any questions, call us. But thanks again.
Coming in next here, TKO Live consigner, good friend, good neighbor, good mentor of mine, Mr. Andy Forehand, Newcastle Genetics. He brought us a pair of little red bears here that are very, very elite. If you're looking for the Red Hog to go compete at a extremely high level come January or February, I think you need to tune in here. I think you need to watch closely. He also brought a pair of white hogs here, a blue hog and a solid white Yorkshire that I think are exceptionally good as well. Andy's going to tell us a little bit more about them. Without further ado, Andy, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kyle. We appreciate you inviting us to the sale here. We're looking forward to it. The 2 red pigs we have out here, we have a 12 litter and an 8 litter, and they are out of a boar called Xavier. I sold that boar to Top Cut. Many of you that follow the Red Hog deal will know that All the Way is kind of the popular boar right now. He's up there at Laird's. That All the Way boar is out. John Hinker raised him, and he's out of a 60-4 sow at Hinker's. I went up there when that litter of pigs, the 60-litter pigs, was about this size, and I picked out a gilt out of that litter that I wanted, and I picked out the 60-8. And so I took that 60-8 sow, bred her to main man, had a real good litter of hogs, a hog that made the sale at Dallas and a hog that made the sale at the New Mexico State Fair. And I kept a gilt litter mate to those bears and turned around and bred her to Wintex 312, and that's what produced Xavier. So when we talk about this 12-litter pig here, he's the dark-colored one first. That 60-8 sow, which is, here's the deal sow, is on both sides. She's the grand dam on both sides of that pedigree. And so I think that hog's bred with a great deal of confidence. He's a line-bred hog. I really like the way he looks. He's extremely sound and functional and good-looking and kind of goes with a natural head carriage to him. The 8-litter pig, also out of Xavier, a little bit different pedigree on the south side. Both of these, by the way, are out of gilt litters. And the mother to the 8 there, she is a premier, which that was another boar that Top Cut had up there. So that's a Xavier premier. I kind of think these 2 hogs are a little bit different in their kind. Both of them, though, I think will feed really nice. The 12-litter hog, I would recommend anybody that buys him, he probably needs to go to a January show. The 8-litter hog might feed into the early part of February. Thank you, ladies, for getting these two in here. Callan's in the back working there, but the last 2 years he's shown a purebred York Barra from me up at the exposition. This year he won his class, and the year before he had a really, really nice purebred Yorkshire Barra up there. The mother to those two Yorkshire Barras Callan showed at the exposition is a Hollywood sow, and she is the grandmother to these pigs. I took that Hollywood sow, bred her to my intention, and I got a really outstanding litter of 19-litter hogs. They were May hogs. They showed down at the Nueces County Fair there. They were, one of them was Champion York and third overall down there. I took that litter mate 19 gilt here, and I bred her to On the List. That is at Brockman's, and I believe Brockman had bought him off of Blunt, and he was Let the Beat Build Wham. He's an extremely tall-fronted, heavy-boned, really good-looking, solid white hog down there. I have a great deal of confidence in this mating. I know these pigs will feed. They fed both out of that Hollywood sow as well as her daughters. I have another group of daughters out of her that were out of her and in the woods, and those pigs have done outstanding for me. I guess the blue hog, you know, he comes at you a little wider. Both of them for white hogs, I think, will be extremely heavy structured. I don't think there's a single spot on the solid white one. I haven't seen one, if there is. And there's a couple of solid white gilts also in that litter. But like I said, this line, both the Grand Dam and the sows have produced many winners. That there was also, like I said, the litter that was bred to In the Woods was Champion York down at Nueces County and Reserve Grand for the Patrick family down there. Once again, Kyle, and your family too, everybody, I sure appreciate you inviting Newcastle Genetics back here to your TKO Live sale. Thank you.
Once again, thank you to Andy and Zoe forehand. It's always a pleasure and it's always a privilege to have you here at our events. We're going to round out our preview with our good friend, our good buddy, Mr. Brady Jennings. He brought us a very, very excellent set of breed hogs here. Give us just a second, we'll roll them out here. We got 4 of them. We got a pair of Berkshire Barras. We got a Poland Barra. And we got a very, very good kind of little spotted hog there. We're going to talk about this Poland hog right here that Callan just brought into the ring. A little bit about that one. That one is sired by All Together. It'll be our boar up there at Gary Todd's. Hunter talked a little bit about All Together there earlier, but All Together is a Johnny Cash, No Clue boar that me and Richie placed up there at Todd's Show Pigs. All Together comes out of a very, very good sow family. That sow would have produced the champion Poland and third overall Barra in the show at the Expo a few summers ago. That sow would have produced the champion and reserve Poland Barras at Denver. Extremely prolific sow family. That No Clue sow All Together's mom would have been a litter mate to the reserve Poland Guild at OYE several years back. The Poland hog there is tag number 7, sired by All Together. I know goes back to a sow family there that has all due respect in it. I know Brady spent a little bit of money on that one's mother trying to jump into the Poland deal. He was really excited about bringing this pig to us. He said target this hog anywhere from Phoenix to Fort Worth. He thinks this hog needs to show from Christmas to the 1st of February. From there, we'll talk about the 2 little Berkshire hogs. Tags number 25 and 26. 25 is the one that Ainsley's on. Is just a little bit more moderate, maybe got a little bigger feeding window. Then we got the big 26 hog that Kinsley's on. Those tag 25 and 26 Berkshire hogs are sired by Off the Chain. That sow would be a Top It Off that Brady put a pretty sizable investment in there with the Kanoth firm there out of Illinois. That's a Kanoth sow, Top It Off sow. Brady bred her to Off the Chain. He was really excited about this pair of hogs. The bigger Berkshire Bear in here, the tag 26, kind of like we talked about the Poland. He saw the feeding window in this pig probably from Christmas to about the 1st of February. Phoenix, Denver, Fort Worth. The smaller Berkshire hog be the tag 25. That hog could stretch in there later into February with these. Brady thought, if you're looking for a good San Antonio hog, Coba hog there at the Oklahoma Bred Swine Expo. Rounding out Brady's set would be tag number 6. This would be the spotted hog. Brady's the spot king. I don't know if anybody's quite got the track record that guy does in the spotted ring here the last few years. Like I said, spot, tag number 6, sired by Titan. I don't think we need to talk a whole lot about what that boar's done and what Brady's been able to do with that boar and those genetics. Just laid in a slew of winners there here over the last few years. That would be a Titan on and off the record. Brady thinks you can push this hog and feed this hog for Denver, no problem, and stretch into a feeding window all the way into San Antonio if you needed to. But he thinks this hog needs to show from late January there into the middle into February. The off-the-record sow would be like a litter maid to a hog that was breed champion there at OYE there a few years ago. It'd be the same sow family that produced his champion Poland Bear there 2 years ago at Tulsa for the Brown family. I bought that hog from Brady and placed that hog. Really, really good, extremely well-feeding kind of a pig. Brady does a great job putting these purebred kind of off-breed hogs together. I think he's brought us 4 animals right here that can compete on a lot of different levels, on a lot of different stages. His Berkshire hogs, Off the Chain, Top It Off, be a really good Kanoth sow, tags 25 and 26. The smaller hogs tag 25. The bigger, higher performing Berkshire Bears tag 26. The spotted hog, tag number 6, be a Titan on and off the record. Really good sow, produced several winners so far. Was a litter mate, like I said, to a breed champion there at OYE. Tag number 7 would be a altogether purebred Poland. Everything in here's got a set of papers. They're ready to go to any of those shows that require papers. And like I said, Brady, we appreciate you coming. Jennings Show Pigs, always a top-notch firm, has great animals. Guys, this is going to round out our preview tonight. We appreciate everyone that come out to hang out with us on the porch. We'll be here for a little bit. If anybody's got any questions, want to ask me about any of the pigs, I'll be here. Thank you to these kiddos. They've been working tirelessly for the last few weeks. Guys, this isn't an easy thing to do from the time we stick the semen in these sows until we sell them. There's a great deal of effort. There's a great deal of care put into these projects, and it's our great privilege to present them to you. So, like I said, everyone tuning in on the internet, thank you. Those of you that joined us on the porch tonight, we sure appreciate you, and thank you to these kiddos and everyone that helped make this possible. That'll conclude our TKO Live Preview here tonight. Thanks.